Hello friends, my name is James. And this is my 1965 Albert 30 sloop, Raiatea. We are on a mission to sail around the world and see as much of this beautiful planet as possible. We are currently working our way through the South Pacific, and I can't wait to show you everything we see. Time to haul up here at Taha'a. We get a little sprinkle on, it looks like, and make way for Bora Bora. So let's get the hook up. So we're hauled up here at Taha'a. Light sprinkle happened, and there's like a swarm of bees that are wet sitting on the boat right now. Gonna let those dudes dry out before I raise the main. We got plenty of time before we're out of the pass anyway. We have 26 nautical mile passage today. The winds are supposed to be 14 knots or something and in our favor. So should be mellow. Nice day. And yeah, looking forward to getting into Bora Bora. We're getting ready to make our turn and go through the pass. There's a cardinal mark that we need to go past, and then we come about and you can see the reef sticking up on either side of the pass, and seemingly perfect surfable waves out there that each time I've been by here I haven't seen anyone out there, but maybe it's too gnarly, but they look beautiful. And we are through the pass. Now it's time to point for Bora Bora. Goodbye Taha'a, goodbye Raiatea. It's been an awesome visit, and I'm excited to see the new bit of paradise and one of our last stops in French Polynesia. We're approaching a very large pod of extremely lethargic dolphins. They're very lazily moving along, so let's see if we can get an eyeball on some of them. I counted 30 on the surface, and I think what they say is for every one you see on the surface, there's 5 below water. So it's a pretty big pod. Boy, they are just like sitting still though. They must have just had a feast. Big breakfast buffet. These might be like melon-headed or like something. I don't know. melon-headed whales, maybe? They were not interested in playing, that's for sure. Very curious. I'm gonna have to send a clip of that to Kimberly and ask her what in the world we just saw. I'll put it on the screen right now when I find out. They were definitely just sleeping though. But they all popped up and continued sleeping further past, so I didn't disturb them too much. Here's Bora Bora in a squall. We are 11 miles from being inside the pass, and we're 6 miles from being the bottom tip, west tip, Bora Bora. I think we're getting into the current that cruises along the island because the waves are really starting to step up. Which they're not big at all, but the fact that there is zero wind, and then we've had a really kind of flat passage, and then as we approach, this is telling me there's a pretty strong current running around the bottom side of the island here. The island's been kind of clouded in a silhouette all day. See a little bit of green, and the sun is heavily diffused. And we are at Bora Bora. Such an interesting profile, very different than the other islands. Kind of, I guess the closest one would be Raiatea, but we're approaching the pass, and soon we will be crossing the pass and into the lagoon. And then we make straight for Bora Bora Yacht Club mooring field and get tied up and see what it's all about. Squall is hitting right as I'm going through the pass, and there's divers in the pass. Really gnarly squall. We're barely moving through the pass right now. Sucks. Nightmare. Like right by all the reefs. Woo! Stressful. Nightmare. Like the worst spot to get hit by a squall. We're just kind of sitting still, I think. Now we're doing 1 knot. Super stressful. whirled in the headsail before I came in. Wow, crazy. Up on the Bora Bora Yacht Club and see if we can find a mooring. Here's the other boats. There's one smaller sailboat just on our bow, so I'm going to kind of creep around them and see if that's where the smaller boat moorings are. And if we don't find something, then we'll figure something else out. Okay, so we're secured to a mooring. I tried to call them, but no one answered. So I think I'm gonna get another dock line on, so we have 2 dock lines on the mooring, and then I'll get the dinghy in the water and go ashore and see if this mooring's available. The only ones I saw free was this one and one other one. Oh, there's one out there. So it's probably okay. Nice spot. Now that the squall's passed. Another big squall just came in. Wow. All right, we got the dinghy in the water. Motor's on. The rains have stopped for the moment. Oh, blue skies. That's pretty. We're gonna head into the yacht club and see if we can get checked in. It's Sunday, so I don't know if their office will be open, but we'll go suss out what's happening over there. So apparently the office for the mooring balls isn't at the yacht club, it's in town. He wasn't specific as to where it is in town, but we'll just walk around and go look. Raiatea. Look at all the crabs. I don't know if you'll see them dart in when I walk up. Good morning from Bora Bora. Yesterday's attempts at trying to clear into the yacht club and pay for the mooring were met with confusion. And after getting on the phone with Sarah, and me and her sleuthing the internet trying to find the answer. Basically, the dude in the yacht club told me, oh, no, you have to pay for the moorings at an office in town. Yesterday was Sunday, so I figured they were closed. But he wasn't clear to me that where the office was. He wouldn't kind of tell me where the office was, or he was just kind of brushing me off. So as I was walking, I called Sarah, and me and her were sleuthing on the internet trying to figure out what in the world is going on, because there's prices listed on the yacht club's website for the moorings, and they say when you're approaching, you call VHF 69 and they'll tell you if there's a mooring, and then as soon as you tie up, you get ashore and you pay. You bring your boat paperwork and you pay, and they have all the prices listed on the site, which were fair prices. But then when I go in, the guy's like, oh no, you can't pay here. And finally we found on one website that now all of these moorings are controlled by the Bora Bora Mooring Services organization, which must be like a state-run thing. But the problem is they have no website, and they don't have any of their information listed online. So I found on like a forum a map of where because there's like an anchoring ban. So I found a map on a forum showing where the mooring fields were, where you couldn't anchor, and in the fine print though, I found a loophole that said you can anchor in places, you just can't be there for more than 24 hours if your boat is over 10 meters. Well, Raiatea is 9 meters. So that means that we can anchor at places longer than 24 hours. So I'm gonna try that and see if I get run off, but it's very frustrating that, and I knew this coming to Bora Bora. The information is very hazy, and I think they do that on purpose so they can like kind of hose you on a case-by-case basis. Or it's just a general situation of being disorganized, which isn't uncommon at islands. But an island with this kind of infrastructure and this kind of heavy tourist presence, I'm a little shocked at that. So, also at this yacht club, if you want to use their dinghy dock or their bathrooms and showers and their internet, you have to pay $16 a day, which doesn't include mooring. And water costs, you can't just get water here, so you have to pay for water, that's separate, and whatever. So there's really nothing for us here at the yacht club now that I know all of that. Before I was under the understanding I would get a mooring, I would have access to all the stuff at the yacht club. Well, that's changed and it's not the case anymore. So right now we're gonna take the dinghy and we're gonna drive over to town, which is like the city center. There's like 7 mooring balls over there. So I wanna drive over there and get an eyeball on those. I would imagine they're all full, but if it looks like people, if it's not just like derelict boats living on them, then we might try to move to a mooring ball over there, so at least we're close to town. And then we're gonna try to go anchor out off of a reef in a day or so. So right now, let's get in the dinghy and head over. It's like a mile or something. So let's drive over and take some fresh pot of coffee and have a look at the shoreline and go see what that mooring field's all about. So I met a nice American dude on a boat from San Diego, beautiful steel boat, and he was on the mooring over there. He gave me the lowdown on what's happening. And I asked him, I said, the chart shows there's 7 moorings here, but I'm only seeing 3. He said, yeah, very recently, 4 of them broke loose with boats on them during a storm, which is terrifying because these moorings are supposed to be kept up by the government, and they charge you 4,000 francs per day to stay on them, so 35 bucks a day, and then they can just break loose on you. It's not like free ones where it's like, well, we put them in free and we're not charging. So they're like charging an obscene rate and then not upkeeping the moorings and putting your boat at risk. It's so insane. I mean, I'm always sketched by moorings because I know I can trust my anchor, but you're not allowed to anchor here. And I asked him about that. I was like, oh, there might be a loophole because my boat's 9 meters and under 10 meters, so I might be able to anchor. And he was like, he said he hasn't seen anyone anchoring anywhere. But he did say that well off, behind that other island, that it's really nice. There's balls over there. He said it's really nice. There's like rays swimming under your boat and sharks, and he said it's a great spot. So he said if you're gonna be around, you should check that out. So we'll do that for sure. And he said the guy will definitely come around. He was like, don't worry, he'll find you and charge you. But it's so funny how disorganized the whole situation is. But at least I know the price now, and I know that the dude's just gonna come around at some point. Other than that, I guess we just go in and walk to town and have a look around, because I don't plan on being at Bora Bora more than, if it's 35 bucks a night, I can't stay more than like 3 or 4 nights. I just don't have the money to do it. So we'll see what we can see while we're here. Right now there's a little bit of weather threatening, but maybe I'll get my stuff together and we'll head into town and see what that's all about. If you enjoy the content on this channel and would like to contribute, you can consider joining the Patreon crew. Thanks for watching. Fair winds until next time.